tell us what you brought because I wanted something fall.
So my sister-in-law always does a butternut squash salad at Thanksgiving, but she usually does hers with feta, and I don't love feta with it. I like goat cheese. I like the creaminess of the goat cheese. To me, I don't know. It's my favorite. So what you do, I used to always cut up my butternut squash and almost chop off my finger doing it.
And then you joined the rest of us who just go to the store and buy it.
And I will tell you, when it comes to Thanksgiving,
yes,
sometimes those time savers are really worth it. And having this already cut up for you, and your stores now can do that for you, is safer.
I'm also going to say it's not just for times of Thanksgiving.
No,
I would much rather go buy
I love it. So
so how much do you need?
So this is a pound. So I mean, this is would feed. Really, it's a normal family. If you need to do it for a larger amount of group, I would obviously double the amount.
When you say normal family, are you talking 3 kids?
I'm talking like a family of 6 to 8 with like a couple
That's
adults, a couple kids, and some grandparents, and
Okay.
But for those of us who are having 25 at ours, we're going to do a lot more than that. But I'll do it this size for today.
Okay, so I open this up, and do I grease this?
Yes, you absolutely need some olive oil on there for sure.
Olive oil. Do you have a little olive oil?
I do. I brought up olive oil, so a little bit on there. And then you're going to preheat your oven to 400.
Okay.
And I mean, honestly, this is easy. So we'll spread that on here.
Do you have to mix it all up in the olive oil?
I usually put a little more drizzle of olive oil.
Do you want to add the rest of those?
Yeah, I am, on top. And then the other thing I do is I'm going to slice an onion, half of a red onion.
Red onions are my favorite onions.
And I think when you roast this along with the butternut squash, it just adds a layer
of flavor.
Yeah, a flavor of a little bit of sweetness with the caramelization of this. So
I have to tell you, Heather did not like my knives. In fact, I don't have good knives. So for my birthday, she bought me.
I bought you a Cutco knife.
But what is it called?
It's called the Petite Santuco.
Santuco.
It's Santuco.
But what I find so funny is both our brothers 20 years ago sold.
They did. Yeah, my son did it too during college as a great way to make a little extra cash. And I happened to buy a few while he was doing it.
But here's what I love. You just let me know that they will sharpen it.
They will. You can send it back in to Cutco, and they will sharpen it for free and mail it back to you.
That's for how long?
In the oven?
No.
Wait, you're talking about
how long will they do that for the rest of its
life?
life?
Oh yeah, forever.
I love that.
Okay, we need a little salt and pepper on that, and I'm also going to put a little bit of rosemary.
Like literally just drizzle the salt.
Yeah,
I don't like things too salty.
That's perfect.
Me.
And then I usually put a little bit of rosemary. It's probably about a couple teaspoons, depending on how much butternut squash you.
I love the color in this salad.
Oh, it's pretty. I know. And then later when we put it together with the white of the goat cheese, and then we'll put a couple other fun items that are going to go on top of it. Really is delish.
I'm guessing you mean sweetened dried blueberries and pumpkin seeds.
I do. So I do pumpkin seeds, and then most people are thinking they're going to use dried cranberries, but I do a little dried blueberry.
Thank you.
Yep. So that'll
and
smell
how long
delicious.
Does this go in the oven?
So it's about 30 minutes in your oven at 400.
All right.
Yep.
It's climbing up there. It'll be at 400 before you know it.
Okay.
30 minutes. All right. We got it.
Yeah. So while that cooks, we can do a little dressing.
Salad dressing? All right.
So we're going to do probably about a 1/4 cup of olive oil. And I usually make my dressings in a ball jar. It's
I do
easy.
too. We drink out of ball jars. Am I using a 1/4 cup?
That is
a third.
So just go a little less.
And that's a half.
Go a little less. Just pour it in there, but just leave some of it in.
Okay, wait. All right, there you go.
All right, and then we'll do 2 tablespoons of...
I'm going to try to feed this back in.
Apple cider vinegar.
That's kind of the base of all dressings, I feel like.
It is. And then you can put a little honey in. You can do...
Yes.
Again, I don't measure the honey because it just sticks to the spoon.
Yeah.
So just give it a good squeeze, probably about a tablespoon's worth. Mm-hmm. And then a little bit of salt and pepper in there as well.
Okay. Salt and pepper back.
Yep.
A little pinch.
Yep. because you can always adjust your seasonings later. And then,
I love what we're having for dinner.
I know. So, and then
Okay.
you just shake
Shake
it up.
it. And is that enough for everything?
It would be enough for the amount that we're doing.
Okay.
Again, if we're going to double it for a bigger crowd, double your dressing.
Double your dressing.
Yeah.
And we're going to be putting all the lettuce.
Yeah.
We're going to go ahead and make it, right? But just
Sure.
not have the dressing
Sure.
onto it yet.
Sure. So, yep. We can assemble. I like to do my salads on platters for big events because especially when you're using things like butternut squash or beets or anything that are heavy, they all sink to the bottom of a bowl.
That is true.
But if you do it on a platter, then you can make it evenly distributed and it looks much prettier. So this is I made at home. This is butternut squash and the onions that I already did at home, so we could do this together today. So yeah, when you use a platter for your salad, you can dress it up really as you want to, as you can see fit. Like you can see a spot that needs a little bit more purple, add it, it's just better than I think a bowl.
It's so pretty.
It is pretty. So, all right, I'm gonna finish, put all this on here. And then I do pumpkin seeds and just grab a handful and
I love
sprinkle.
I love to roast pumpkin seeds.
You
with
can
salt
roast.
and
You
butter.
can roast them. You can leave them raw. These are actually raw green pumpkin seeds.
Okay.
And I kind of like the color of
you
the green.
can use your pumpkins that you already have pumpkins outside and roast your own pumpkin
You
seeds.
could.
So
Oh. Pretty. And then add a little bit of goat cheese on top. Just brightens it up. It's going to give it a really nice creamy texture. Pretty. Easy.
awesome.
Yeah, and then at the last minute, I mean, you could do this ahead of time.
That's what I'm
and
saying.
then
We can put this in the
dress
fridge and keep it cool.
Dress it for later when everybody's here. So,
Okay.
done.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, so what we have to do now is asparagus.
Okay.
All right.